Hello. So, last week I finished up my review for all of the books I have so far of the Lunar Chronicles. I ended it with Cress. I'm still waiting to get the next book in that series. So, this week I am doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about the book Siddhartha, which I read probably a couple weeks ago. It is different in a couple of ways from other books that I've read in the past, so I feel like I kind of have to do a different type of review for it. I gave this book 5 stars on Goodreads. It was really incredible to me. I really appreciated the way the story was told. I thought that the language used in this book was beautiful. It was very poetic, but not heavy-handed. It wasn't written in a way that is trying to make you think one way or another. It's just written to be beautiful. And I thought that was really great. The genre of the book, it's a novel and it is philosophical fiction. So this book was published in 1922, and the author is Hermann Hesse, I think is how you say it. He was a German man, so I am not entirely sure how to say it because I took Spanish in high school. But this book is 152 pages, so it is a shorter read. It's an easier read without being a light read, if that makes sense. So it's something that you can pick up, probably get through cover to cover in a day if you wanted to, but the content inside the book is not going to be light and fluffy and something that's easily digestible. So the story, the way it's told is very simplistic. It is the story of an Indian man who is traveling in India, and he's just trying to understand the world around him, the spiritual world, and how he fits into all of it. He is really going through this coming of age story throughout the book, and you get to see over and over throughout his life how he discovers himself and lives within that identity, but then almost loses himself again, and then he has to rediscover himself. The reader follows him as he finds different types of love. So he starts with more of a friendship love with one of his best friends. Then it goes into the love of a mentor or someone that you really look up to and have great respect for. That goes into more of a romantic or sexual love. And then finally, he comes to a more familial love, an understanding of the outlook more of a parent and having to let go of your children even though you love them. And it just really follows this nice progression throughout his life. And I feel like this is the kind of book where it doesn't matter what you believe in or if you believe in anything, it has something that it can offer to everyone because everyone is going through one of those parts of their life. And I feel like just seeing this kind of story told in this way will really hit home for a lot of people. So I feel like this is one of those books that people should read and they will get something out of it, even if they don't practice the same religion or spirituality that is talked about throughout this book. It reads more like a religious text, definitely. Almost, if I'm trying to compare it to something, I would say it reads similarly to how one of the stories from the Bible would read, without being a story in literature the way that we would kind of see it. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm doing a really bad job of explaining this, but it is a very dense read, although it is very short. It has a lot to tell. It has a lot of really good points that it makes about how we interact with people, how we interact with the world around us. And especially at a time right now, I feel like this is the kind of story that a lot of people could really take something from and use it in their life to kind of make them more empathetic towards other people, really try to pay attention to the world around them. But that is really all I had for it. I didn't really come up with a positives or negatives side of it this week. So hopefully next week I will have another classic novel. Well, not classic because I'm not reading classics, but more of that typical novel style. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling. Have a good day.